Yes, I've turned it on. This is show of the work of Shirley Woodson. We'll take an overview of the whole space. I like people to look at get an idea of what the space is like.
Hello, Miss Snowden.
How are you?
How you doing?
I'm doing just fine. I'm here to document Shirley's show.
Okay.
I think this is a piece by Jocelyn Rainey. The NCA always has work available of their member artists. Oh, I see Shirley has some red dots. Like I've said before, you all know how I love the red dots. There's meetings going on. And there is Shirley talking about her work to a group of admirers. Look at this beautiful table. Art table. What's so great is that the show outside, the 400 blows, and this one are done by mother and son.
Okay, Miss Barbara, how you doing? I made it. Had to go see my secret chef. And I saw your sweet daughter out there.
And just to let you know, here it is. Hi, this is Shirley Woodson on Angel Wing. Yes. And if anybody would like to share some comments about this work, I'd very much appreciate it. Wonderful show. Yes, thank you. I think so.
And the knotted work is
Oh, yes,
by
please.
Richie Campbell.
Oh, that's lovely. Now, this wasn't here the last time I was here, I don't think.
No, it wasn't. It
Yeah.
was put up this past Wednesday.
So the main show is done by Miss Woodson here. And there's always a smorgasbord of other works that you can see.
We have little baggies. You got
I noticed that there's some red dots. Oh, and here's one right here. Now this is a chair. Now this was done by Sam Gilliam. Now just with the 400 blows show outside, I'm not the best photographer. You've got to come here and see this work in person. These are very intimate collages, full of lots of family references and color and drawing. There's also art jewelry that you can partake of. I can't myself right now because I just paid my studio rent. So I'm a little low. Oh, beautiful. Those earrings. I need to re-pierce my ears. You know, I need to re-pierce my ears. I just, look at that. You know, there is so much art around that we don't very often get a chance to get up close and personal to see the works or the artists that makes them. But this is a very, very dynamic place, the National Conference of Artists. National is meaning just that. It's a national organization. And I must say, I'm a little partial. The Michigan chapter is the most vital. That's just me talking, right? Everywhere you turn, there's something. Glass, ceramics, people coming and going.
I know who you are now. How are you?
Oh, you didn't recognize her? Last time I brought her here. Yeah, she was probably in a stroller or something, you know.
This young lady over here is also at Wayne State.
More art just up against. I
I
love these knotted pieces. Is the artist here?
She was here. She was here this morning. Richie Campbell.
Richie Campbell knotted pieces. Those are. I mean, you can take these any material and then do things with it. Why am I sweating so much?
It's warm in here.
Art everywhere. Now, whose is this?
These are Jean Poulet.
Oh yeah, I should have known that. Weren't they in the show, the ink show?
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, 'cause I put the video up for that a few weeks ago. Knotted pieces. Now there's this. Now this looks like silk. Knotted. At first I thought it was.
She gave a talk this morning and described each piece and how she did it. This one's called 13, and it's 13 pieces of that fiber, roll hemp
my.
type, and she looped it and then she wrapped these to the left in a cluster and then brought them through and then reworked the ends and they're tied in copper.
This one was like a ginseng root almost. Jocelyn Rainey worked with knots, brighter color, and it was. You start to make these connections when you look at work, and they're all hand knotted.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, she gave a real nice presentation this morning.
You know what? Maybe I'll do is when I do stills, I'll do stills also just of this work,
Okay, that's good.
and then put them up as a separate file. I know a lot of people that would like these. Wow. And you can imagine if they, oh, look at that one.
Yeah.
Well, but I want to get a few words from you about your work.
Okay.
You know, put your coffee down, because I had your wonderful son talk about his work, and he said a few words. Maine Jackson.
Oh, did she?
Yes. Spoke about the work.
I mean, how are you?
Oh, did she? Okay, did you see somewhere else there?
NCA sells books, magazines, anything you want to talk about, find out about the African American community. Oh, that's me. Don't want down there. More magazines. So let's just say a few words about them. It doesn't have to be.
Okay, well, these collages are a part of an ongoing series that I worked over 20 years on. And they're about my family. And it's interesting with this series, I've only done my family series in collage. I guess I've done a couple of paintings, smaller works. But basically I've used collage because of the photographs, which I reworked into smaller collages and then larger collages and then developed them from here. But my purpose was to communicate the concept of family ties, closeness, and hopefully would connect with the viewer, so they could see sort of the similar concepts within their own families.
Oh, that's great. So this is
So, and all of the images are family members.
You know, I'm very much involved with looking at family, looking for family, finding more things about my family that maybe I don't want to,
Well,
you know, but it's all there. It's all meant to be looked at.
right, it is. It's there, and I suppose I've really placed them in sort of an idyllic settings, but that's the way my family history was always presented to me, in a very idyllic kind of.
And that's what we should
Beautiful,
do.
right.
Because there's too many people who want to talk about the negative or the, in general, about.
Sure. No, families are so important. Well, they make us who we are.
Yeah.
So, and that's an image of a country baptism, which I've overlaid some other images.
You're really fortunate to be able to tap into the country aspect of your family. I can't do that. Mine all left and they didn't document.
Yeah, preserve. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, these are photographs, that I got from my mother and my father.
Oh, I think they're gorgeous.
And then I became very close with them because, some I knew as a child and others I didn't know, but through descriptions I could see. Now this is the mother-daughter here in this one, and it's called Emily, who's the mother. That's my mother's oldest sister, and Helen, her daughter.
Ooh.
It's called Emily and Helen in the Garden. But then I've also used an Egyptian urn to the right to show, further connections. And then the other smaller little blue kind of wispy things, that's a picture of my grandmother, who was the mother of Emily. So it's sort of like they're all of the memories are kind of entwined in this garden.
I really like these a lot. I've always loved this whole series. And you'll have to forgive me because when I see these, one of the things I think about is if these were put in an overhead projector and then projected like into a big, and then
it would be an installation of sorts.
An installation that could not, it doesn't have to be even fixed. Or you know how Faith Ringgold puts hers on quilts?
Right.
I would love to just be able to walk in front of them and have, say, my shadow
Cross them. Right. There are two aspects to this exhibition in my work. In working in this series, the new works reflect interiors, and the older works were all out of doors. But I've done interiors with this, and the interiors too are combined with, different elements.
I just love this there.
And with the faces as well, I blended some of the faces. Part of the image is from one family member and part from another. And then some were the same face, but it's taken at a different time, which I blended. And I thought that added to the depth.
It does.
Of the figure.
It does. Well, thank you so much for the insight. This is, and I promise I will make careful note of when shows start and end.
All right. So I'll be there.
And I'll be there. This has been a revelatory visit to the National Conference of Artists, and we got more than we bargained for.